Hiya folks,
Hello.
how are you doing? It's Saturday afternoon.
Yep. And it's currently 24 minutes past 4.
In the
PM.
afternoon. Not in the morning.
No.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are.
Yeah.
We're having a super day. We was up and out for 9 o'clock this morning because it was...
Yeah, I had an interview. I didn't really know what the interview was for. I knew what the place was, like a bar. It's got a little bit of a bar and a restaurant. So I kind of had a rough idea, but I didn't know whether I'd end up in the kitchen or if I'd be a cook or if they'd want me to do that, be waitressing. So got up, didn't think about anything, just...
Well, we asked you to go last Thursday, didn't we?
Yeah, I was supposed to go on Thursday, but she was the lady wanted to change it because she wasn't very well. So we changed it to Saturday morning. So I've been in today, and as soon as I walked in the door, she was like, "Hello, Sarah," and it's like, don't even know who I am. But then she told me that she remembers seeing me like 4 or 5 weeks ago, coming in, discussing it with one of her employees, and
We were sorting out how we could pass the CV on, weren't we?
yeah, because we didn't know who to give a CV to, or
Fishing with a bottle.
so yeah. To cut the story short, she made me feel really welcomed. She was actually busy still serving and whatnot, but she just told me to sit at the bar with her, and we just had a conversation. She offered me a drink and whatnot.
Quite an informal affair, wasn't it, really?
And it was so friendly. She was so friendly. Told me what the job entailed, which was obviously the waitressing bit, and there isn't as many tables as there would have been at the other place that I was at. It's more manageable from what I could tell, the feel of it, and I was obviously explaining this to her as well, and she was very understanding. She'd been in the same position before. She originally started there 4 years ago as a waitress.
As I say, she runs the place now,
she
but she
runs
started where you are, really,
Yeah,
didn't she?
so she was really understanding. She knows how, annoying it is when you're waiting for emails for someone to respond and stuff like that. No, she was really good.
And the fact that you can't just walk into a job. She understands that you can't just walk into a job and expect to know what to do. And this is something that we found over here, that even though they claim they will give you training and that, no, it's few and far between, isn't it? And it's just throw you in at the deep end and hope for the best, and that's not really fair on both, on the employer and the employee. Because if you don't train somebody the best, you're not going to get the best out of that person, are you?
I was sort of saying to her as well, it's quite hard to find a job that you will feel
comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable in and
At
enjoy.
ease.
Yeah, and it just wouldn't be seen as a job. Do you know what I mean? If you're doing something that you love doing, or you're enjoying the job that you have got, it just doesn't become, it's not a job anymore. It becomes part of your life. Do you know what I mean? That's the key thing, I think. If you want to work,
it's just a drudge, isn't it? If you don't enjoy doing it, there's no point in being there. And we didn't come out here to do meaningless tasks just for money,
No.
So fingers crossed.
I want to be able to be myself. I'm a happy person, really. Well, majority of the time, especially when working. So yeah, so she did say to me, she don't like it when people bring problems to work and stuff, but that's everybody, we sometimes go through some tough times, and it ends up coming to work with you. It can't be helped on those occasions, but I understand.
Just
what
got to
she's
keep
saying.
the two things separate if it does happen,
Yeah.
which, let's be honest,
it does
it's
happen.
out here.
I don't know about out here. I've never done it, so I don't know.
Oh, you mean back
Yeah,
in
back
England?
before,
Yeah.
Sometimes your troubles would come to work because you have no choice. But sometimes, we go to work to get away from it all. But I want to feel comfortable, at ease.
That was
and-
happening back in England, wasn't it? He was going to work to get away from trouble, you know, and it shouldn't be like
Well, it's just life's
You know.
challenges, isn't it? And
So
sometimes you
anyway,
don't want it.
that.
Anyway, yeah.
When should you find out? This evening?
Yeah, she said she'd message me, either ring me or... Well, she said she'd ring me, and I says, well, if you don't get through to me on phone, just email me because I'll get them. And she said that she would do that this evening. She knows what it's like to
And
not receive.
what did you tell her?
Yeah, I told her. I says, well, if you don't accept me this time, I says I'll be.
I'll just keep
reapplying.
reapplying.
She just laughed at me.
Just keep reapplying until you get the job.
But we did seem to get on really well, and that's what you need. I think. I hope that that's the way it is.
And to be fair, I see it as job satisfaction because it's one of the more traditional pubs of Gibraltar, rather than one of the nightclub
Yeah.
pubs. Do you
It's
know
a
what I mean?
daytime
I mean, it shuts at what, 7:30? 7?
Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, so that's a
Yeah.
much more sensible time to be walking back as well. Depending on what happens with this gym job, this health club job for me, you know, if it suits, I can wait and walk back with Sarah.
Well, actually, this morning for the interview, I was supposed to be going on my own.
Mm.
But then I'd actually was just about to get. I come down from the roof, and I was just about to get sorted, and he was getting
Yeah, but
ready
what
to
I'm
come
sa-
with me, wasn't you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if my sort of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if I do get this job at the health club gym, it finishes at 6:30, I think, 5:30 till 6:30. So that'd work out well because I could walk up to meet you and then walk back over the border with you. So yeah, and have tea together. So it sounds like the perfect opportunity if we get the job. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed,
She
you know.
did say there was, it was full time, but I obviously voiced my bit as well. I was really looking for part time, but my part time was on the verge, like 24 hours. 24, 25 hours.
She had
And-
made a note though, with 25
Yeah, she
hours.
did. She did
didn't
make
she?
a note. So fingers crossed. That hasn't really put a downer on it. But I did say, I can work around it, no problem. So.
She also
know.
seemed quite interested because we'd been self-employed as well.
That was the first
So,
thing
like I
she
say, we
asked
can
me.
only speculate as to why she seemed interested in that. We're not going to say too much on video because you never know who's watching and whatever. But yeah, she seemed to put that down as a plus point. Put it that way.
Well, if I don't get in this time, I'll just have
Keep
another go.
reapplying.
I will actually reapply.
Why not? Why not?
I know,
So-
so it's going to be all right. Whether it's that or something else, it's just going to be all right.
So yeah, all went well there.
Yeah.
While Sarah was in her interview, I was sat outside and.
Getting cold.
It was a bit cool. It was on the cool side.
It was actually really cool this morning.
It was quite pleasant actually walking to Gibraltar in the cool weather.
Yeah, it's when you stop.
But anyway, I was sat outside and the Gibraltar, let me get this right, Gibraltar Cardiac Association, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Wow.
They were doing like a fun run and a fun bike ride today. They was congregating in Casemate Square. All looked quite enjoyable. There's plenty of people doing it. Like I put on my profile earlier on, I think me and Sarah look after our hearts very well, doing an average of 50 miles walking every week. I don't think we do too bad.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll have done that last week, to be fair. I think we had less of a strut on last week, didn't we? Waiting for
I don't know. We have
interviews
to
and
add it
such
up.
like.
It's probably
so-
maybe about 30, 35.
Yeah, it's still plenty. It's still a lot more than what we would have done back in the UK. So yeah, we're pleased with that. What else was we going to say? We've been learning.
Oh well, when they was doing this association thing, but then when we was turning the corner on Casemates, there was actually lots of cakes to buy.
Yeah, we thought that was quite funny actually. It was the Scouts, I think it was.
Just selling.
You've got them in the square telling them to look after your heart, and then you've got the Scouts just round the corner selling cream buns and
Yeah.
and cakes and stuff to raise funds. So we thought that was quite funny, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been learning a little bit more Spanish. Or Sarah's been making a good effort, haven't you?
Yeah. Well,
And we're getting a lot of good.
couple of sentences.
We're getting a lot of good feedback on it. We had a couple of people saying that they was looking forward to our next Spanish lesson. So fire away, Sarah. What was that? What was that
I
phrase?
think I ought to leave that phrase to the end. Because,
Yeah, you can do.
mind you saying that, I did put it on Facebook as well. What have
Just
we
do
been
it as
doing?
it comes. I mean,
Well, I learnt.
we're getting a lot of good feedback. Put it that way. Like we said before, a lot of the shopkeepers as well. We had. I don't know whether I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but we had to find some graphite carbon copy paper. Now, we had a hell of a job in the UK finding some in the shop, so we knew we had a bit of a challenge on here. Excuse me. But we did manage to find something which was just as good, and it's called handwriting carbon paper. So we gave it a go, and it's far cheaper as well. €2 for about 50 sheets, wasn't it?
I can't remember how many sheets, but there is quite a few, and it lasts ages. So.
It lasts ages, does the job, and it doesn't smudge, which was the problem we was having with ink typewriter carbon paper. We couldn't use it. And over here, because you're so warm, naturally you're hot, it would have smudged on the wood when we're doing our pyrography. So yeah, all good fun. And we had a laugh with the newsagent lady, didn't we? Because she, as much as we was trying to talk in Spanish, bless her, she was trying to speak English, wasn't she? And she was asking us if she'd got it right and whether she was pronouncing it right and such like. So yeah, acceptance over here is brilliant. It really is. We're getting some good feedback. We've got you all right. We're just watching a chap over here. It's
Sorry, yeah, I got
fishing. Let me
sidetracked
just
there.
show you actually. Yeah, he's a local and he's doing a bit of fishing off the rock face here. Not sure whether he's done any good yet, but there's a chap up the beach way. He's doing a hook and line method, like I'm going to give a go soon, and he actually dragged the fish in a
Yeah,
few
he did,
minutes
yeah.
ago, so it does work.
Got his kid, little kid, just threw it back in the water.
Yeah, and he wasn't really trying. He was just chucking the line out, and what was that? Chucking the line out and dragging it back in slowly, and he eventually pulled the fish in. So yeah, gonna give that a go. It's only about, I would say, a £5 to get set up with a maybe a Coke can, a fishing line, a few hooks, a weight, and some bait. But we'll just use a bit of bacon or something out of the fridge and see what happens. What else was we going to say? Oh yeah, a bit of translating. So what we got then?
Okay, so
Fire away.
I heard Kev talking to Ethan earlier on today, and he kept saying
Ethan,
his name is. And
Ethan is the housekeeper's son, for those that don't know, and he's only
Yeah.
about
Oh no.
4.
2, 3.
Yeah, it's probably about 3 years old actually. He can toddle and that, and he's a cheeky little chap, isn't he? He doesn't say
Yeah.
a lot, so yeah, about 3 years old, I would say. Yeah.
And you had him helping you, didn't you, with the washing, and I think you asked him to put something in the bin. So I thought I'd quickly have a look at what it is in Spanish. And obviously when he come through to the bedroom, I told him how to say it. So when he came in, I was like, to get the little one to understand him, because obviously he's Spanish. But I think he's learning a bit of English, isn't he?
Yeah, a little
yeah.
bit like higher. He says higher when we come in. He raises his hand now, so he is learning a bit of English. But he's predominantly Spanish. He learned Spanish at his like nursery.
Yeah.
But
so
what is it?
It's en la papelera, so in the bin.
En la papelera.
En la Evelyn?
Put your teeth back in.
En la
Papelera.
papelera.
En la papelera, in the bin.
En la, in the.
I'll tell you what it was. We've just bought a new duvet cover and pillowcases, haven't we?
Yeah.
Because since we've been out here, we've just been sleeping on top of the bed with a
Yeah.
base sheet. and
not needed anything. Oh,
not
really?
needed anything. So we said what we would do, because they provide, you know, the guest house or whatever you want to call it, the apartment owner, he provides the blankets and such like, but we don't want to use them. We want to use our own and then take them with us when we've done, you know. So we went out. We haven't got a duvet yet, because I don't think we'll even need one, to be fair. But we said we'd buy a duvet cover and pillowcases, because in the evening, well, at night now, I would say about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm waking up and it's cold, or cooler.
It's not cold,
It's not
is
cold.
it? That's the point. It's not
You just
cold.
feel a bit cool.
But once you've woken up, if you didn't sort of put a sheet over you or something like that, I don't think you'd be able to get back to sleep again, because you're cool, you know. So that's what we've done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was putting them in the washer, and it was the packet from the detergent tablets. That's what I was asking him to put in the bin.
Put in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we got
Nice.
good feedback from that from the housekeeper.
Yeah.
He was
like,
laughing and saying, "Oh, you're doing really well," like, you know.
Because he's picking it up. En la papelera.
En la papelera.
En la.
En la.
En la is in the.
In the. En la papelera.
Papelera must mean bin.
But we've noticed a
So
lot of
look-
things as well don't actually
No.
sound like you say.
Bin.
What's that?
Bin is bin.
They don't actually
We all
sound
do.
like you read them, and there's a lot of silent words, and you roll your tongue as you're saying it. So even though we're learning, he can teach us how to actually pronounce it better.
Well, I'm going to find out actually, see if it'll let me do it. Give me a minute. Pap,
If you say it.
pap,
No,
pap.
say it for the video, and then it'll show that it's working, you know.
Okay, so. So you can't say it, but you can write it.
Ah, right, because there's no mobile
I've got no internet.
We're out.
But we've downloaded it so that it can still run, but can't do
Right,
voice.
we can run it offline, typing, but we don't get voice on it, and we can't record our voices, so there are some limitations with
There's
it.
actually still a problem with it, to be fair, because it's not actually translating. Right, let me see. So, to say see you later, well, I said to Kev to say see you later, it's hasta luego. But then we found out as well that,
Well, we were joking. I
We
says,
was
well, it
actually
sounds like
joking.
hasta la vista, baby.
yeah.
But when you do the translation, it is actually Spanish. We didn't know. We was just taking the piss, to be fair.
I wrote it wrong. Let's see if it's going to work properly.
It's
See you.
hasta la vista. Means see you. So it's see you, baby,
So
in
long,
Spanish.
or so long.
Or so long.
It says hasta
Has-
la vista.
Is so long.
It's so long.
I mean, pretty
So
much
long,
means
baby.
the same, doesn't it? It means
See
the
you,
same.
baby.
Hmm.
Shaking that ass.
So,
So, yeah.
Hasta
Luego is see you later. We also found one which I learned. Obviously, I was going to say it at the end. So
It's hasta luego, 2 words then. Hasta luego.
hasta luego.
Yeah.
See you later.
And yet we say see you later. It's 3 words. This is what's confusing, isn't
Yeah. I mean, the H is silent, so it is hasta luego.
it? Okay.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm not even going to attempt to be able to say
So if
that.
I pushed you off this rock into the water, that's what I'd say. Hasta luego. See you later.
I'll find some swear words later.
I think the swear words might be pretty much the same. Yeah.
They're all learnt from the English.
Okay.
Um,
Just before we go on the way back from Gibraltar, now bear in mind this is a 1.5 mile hike, 2 miles hike to where we've been today.
yeah.
About 2 miles. On the way back, we're the Spanish side of the border, and we heard these voices calling us, or we didn't
Yeah,
know
we
they was
did,
calling us, but it continued, so we looked back, only to find it was two of our
guys.
Spanish friends from the hostel that can't speak fuck all of English.
one of them
one of
can.
them can speak pidgin English, And most of his English is swear words, isn't
Yeah.
it, to be fair? But yeah, they were shouting us over to say hi, and
Yeah,
you know.
see how we're getting on with work and whatnot, which is really nice. It is really nice though.
Well,
isn't
the
it?
funny
One
thing
of
is,
them
they use
really,
a lot of
really,
body
really nice.
language and hand signs to communicate with
Yeah.
us.
Like working is like,
Yeah, yeah. So we gathered what they were saying and stuff, and we just said that we'd been for an interview, and I've got one on Monday, hopefully. I'm waiting for the guy from the health club to get back to me. He's on holiday till Monday, but he said he's going to get back to me. He asked me to send my CV to him by email. So yeah, anyway, we went over, and it was really good. It was really good that they are, you know, making the effort, because even though we've got that language barrier, it doesn't stop people from saying hi. So anyway, one of them was a bit down in the dumps, wasn't he? He didn't,
yeah.
you know, even though he was okay with us, he said, you know, life was a bit shit for him. It wasn't treating him
Yeah.
very good at the moment. So even though we can't speak Spanish, hang on, I'm going to have to move my foot because I'm getting cramp. Just make sure that don't roll down into the water now. That's it. I'm getting pins and needles in my leg.
Now go fetch.
So yeah, even though we gathered that he's not 100%, you know, I just turned around and says, we love you, my friends, yeah? And they understood that, didn't they? You know, and you know, they was like, oh, nice, you know? Which
they
we
are
do,
really
we do.
nice.
The
The
lo-
both of them, even you know.
The lovely guys have tried everything to try and make us feel welcome and whatever, haven't they?
Yeah.
And it's the least we can do. So I said on the way back, I said, right, okay, then that's our next phrase.
I'm not saying that one.
Let's make let's learn the phrase, we love our friends. Now we can't speak it because we've got no internet,
No.
but hope this is right. Amamos a nuestros amigos. Nuestros. Amamos a nuestros amigos.
Nuestros. Terrestrials. Terrestrials.
Testosterone.
No. Well, we haven't actually listened to it, have we? to
Amamos
find
a
out?
nuestros amigos.
Amigos. That sounds pretty good. I'll just say
Well,
friends.
amigos is friends, obviously. Amamos a nuestros. We love our friends.
Wow.
Amamos a nuestros amigo. So we're
Well,
going to have to learn
I
that.
did try changing it a little bit.
We
did
love
I?
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we love you. So,
Te amamos.
te amamos.
Te amamos.
Te amamos.
Te.
Te.
Yeah, te.
Te amamos.
Te sounds like cup of tea. Te is te. Tea.
Te, tea.
Te-
Te,
te amamos. So te amamos might be easier. We love you. We love you.
It's much easier to just say.
Because don't forget, out here it's quite common for blokes to kiss
Let's have a look.
blokes. Yeah. Like this. Show them.
I'm not a flipping bloke.
No, you're not. But come here. Mwah.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
But you can just
I
do-
think a bloke does it once, doesn't he? I've seen him.
I
Do
don't
that.
know, you know, sometimes you get it on both sides, sometimes
I
it's
think
just
women.
one.
I think it's like protocol to kiss a woman both sides of the cheek, but a bloke is like just once. You know, they give like we do a man hug in UK. They do a man hug and a kiss on the cheek, and they have no issues with that whatsoever, and neither do I, to be fair.
I've dropped your shoe.
Where is it?
See ya.
I was going to say you fucking better not. You'll be going in.
Yeah, if you just want to say love you, it's te quiero. Te quiero.
Te
quiero.
Te quiero.
It must be that.
Te
Because
quiero.
they roll their words, don't they? They
Te
roll.
quiero. We also noticed that a lot of their words like roll into 2 or 3 words. A full sentence that to me sounds like 2 or 3 words when it's not. It's probably 10. You know.
So we've got butter. That's mantequilla. Mantequilla.
Mantequilla.
Butter.
Okay.
Butter.
Margarino.
Mantequilla.
Margarino is margarine. Margarino. Margarino, because it's on that bloody tub of shit that we bought that's horrible.
Well, for
Because it's
something,
low salt or something. Margarino.
flour is like flour as in plain flour, self-raising flour. I'll have a fucking know. Harina?
This is because this Haribo. This is because you was going to cook some biscuits.
I
or
really
something,
want
weren't
to have
you?
a go at making some biscuits, but it means I have to go back to Morrison's to get all my recipes.
Harina. Harina is flour.
Yeah, it's flour. So your margarine, let's have another quick look at your margarine.
I think it's margarino.
Oops. Oh dear, I can't even spell margarine.
Margarine.
Margarina. 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 You would.
Margarina. Margarina.
Who?
It's margarine. Margarina.
Margarita.
Margarita Placatan. Can you remember?
Queso. Can I get some queso?
Queso is cheese.
I know.
Yeah, I remember that. So queso is cheese.
Okay.
Polo is chicken.
Azúcar.
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 It's sugar.
Z. Azúcar.
No. Azúcar. Not cra.
Azúcar.
No.
Azúcar.
Azúcar. I know cra. Cra. What else have we been playing with?
Azúcar. What was that? Azúcar and polvo.
Oh, because it's caster sugar. I wrote caster sugar and it's got a long load of words.
I'll say it then.
Azúcar and polvo.
Polvo.
Polvolt.
Polvo. Azúcar and polvo. Harina
Okay.
is flour. Ah,
Look at that for see you
harina.
later.
Hang on. Harina autolimpiante.
Oh, that's because that's self-raising flour.
Autolimpiante.
Plain flour. Harina simple. I don't think you meant to say that.
Oh, yeah. Simple.
Plain is simple.
Yeah.
Harina is flour.
Simple
Right.
flour.
Simple.
Not complicated.
That's actually pretty good. I'll remember that one.
Well, you remember that. That's quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause it's just like me. What else? What else would do we? Oh, well, we know that bread is pan. Pan.
There's so many
I'm going to
different...
hit you in my pan.
There's Bocadillo.
No, you're thinking about
Different-
chocolate.
No, no,
Chocolate
no.
chocolate.
No. Different types of bread that we found,
Yeah.
like what we would call a French stick. There's about 3 or 4 different things, and it's like, what the hell's the difference? One's got crosses in it, but it's the same sort of bread. And I'm pretty sure it's called a Bocadillo.
Oh, that's probably just the name of it.
Yeah,
That's who made it.
it's the shape and the plain thing. It's like the plain
If I
shape
write-
of it.
if
I
I
think. I
write
don't know.
See you later. See if it does come up because I'm offline. So, see, it's changed the see you later to te via más tarde.
Latest tarde then.
Right. So if we go
And
back.
yet we said hasta luego to
Hasta
Kaz, and he replied, so he knew exactly
luego.
what we were saying. Yeah?
Shit, I just. So see you later. So hasta luego still says see you later. So some of the words are changed
Well, it
or
might
shortened
be.
because they don't use. Some,
It might be like we do. It's like see ya, see you later, catch you later.
see you.
So they're pretty much the same thing, aren't they?
See you. Nos vemos. Nos vemos.
Nos vemos.
See you. Okay, so I'll write later. Know what? Later. That's what I mean.
Now that's how
If I
it
swap it-
changes. Yeah.
I see you later. It's actually I see you later. It's changed it to. But it's not even the same words, is it? So how do you know you're saying the right thing? So
This is where we've said
We've
that we
just been doing
we
it.
can try what we can, and then put it to the housekeeper Pedro and whatnot, and he can
see
correct
his
us.
response. Yeah, wait for him to smack us in the chops.
He can correct us. I don't think he'd do that. I
I
think he'd
don't
just laugh his
really.
socks
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
So there is one main one that I actually did learn on my own. I wanted to learn a sentence that I would use a lot. So,
Gizabia.
no, that's not even your sentence. You
Go
would
on.
actually say this sentence. Tengas un buen día is have a nice day.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Have a nice day. not
Tengas
good day.
un buen día. Buen día.
Yeah, if you say that one there, you have a good day. That one there is
Que.
que tengas un buen día. you have a good day. So
Key.
the when,
not
I'm
key?
going to just search when, because it's used a couple of times there, isn't it?
B-U-E-N.
B-U-E-N. Good. And yet, when I write that sentence, it
Bien.
comes up as nice. When?
Bien.
When?
It's like when we're talking
Buen
to
dia.
Pedro and
Good day.
we like something, we say, oh, bien.
So the word good and nice mean
Buen,
the same thing.
Bien. Yeah.
So they use that same word. It's kind of strange, really, but I have dropped your shoe now.
No,
It
you
actually
haven't.
went.
You're a dickhead, seriously. Give me it here. I don't trust you, you're an idiot.
Oh, I pushed you.
Fucking hasta la vista.
Oh, you'd have gone before me. So yeah, we have been a bit just learning the odd few words, only when we need to, really. I don't know. I'm only doing them things that I feel comfortable in saying. So yeah.
Them things that we're going to use common are going to be the easiest ones to pick up, I think, aren't they?
Hasta luego is a good one. I'll remember that one, all right.
Yeah, it's easy enough to learn, isn't it?
We try to, like, when people are having conversations, we do try to sort of work out what they're saying.
See our faces
It's
now.
like, and I ain't got a clue. Buen? Yeah, buen. And I'm like, they're saying buen. It means
Another interesting observation we had the other day, since we've been here and learning Spanish, I keep reverting to French.
I keep nicking a little from German, and I never, even though German doesn't sound anything like Spanish.
Now this is how I know our brains are starting to realise that we're learning a different language, because say for instance you're on the way to the shop and you know sort of planning on what you're going to say and how you're going to ask for something, straight away French kicks in. You know, and it's like, why the hell am I doing that? It's not even France, you know. But it just goes to show that your brain is sort of, I don't know, realising that you maybe, I don't know, it's maybe a way of your brain realising it's recording new words. Because it's like a big hard drive, your head, isn't it? Your brain is like a big hard drive that stores information.
Yours is like a sponge, though. You absorb quite a lot of information, whereas mine is like empty jug of water. Empty jug, even.
Well, I was talking on the way back from Gibraltar the other night after the ceremony of the keys we went to, which hopefully you've had the time to watch that video. It's a cracking video and it's a cracking ceremony. We really enjoyed it. But I was talking on the way back. I've lost my train of thought now.
We was talking.
Oh, that was it. And we said, to be fair, I think we're doing really well talking Spanish because we've, I mean, Sarah learned German at school, not French, didn't you? I learned French.
Well, I was supposed to have learned German, but I didn't realise I actually took much words in.
Yeah, but now that you realise how much you did take in, I didn't do extremely well. I did okay in French, but now it's fucking amazing what you remember when you look back, and it just comes back to you, and you'd forgot that you'd learnt all those words. It's quite, and phrases. It's quite amazing, isn't it? But oh, I know what I meant to tell you. Bought myself a bike, right? For hopefully, if I get this job, because it's split shifts in a day, I can be doing 2 shifts. Saturday and Sunday, I explained before, Saturday and Sunday sort of 7 till 11 at night, which is okay, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday there's a half 1 shift and a half 5 shift. Now I said I didn't want to be walking all that way, all the way back, all the way there again, all the way back, so I said, nah, bugger it, we'll invest in a bike, you know. So we got this bike and took it back to the apartment, and we were told to be careful that we didn't get pulled up, and I said, why? Well, the laws out here are, you know, a little bit different. Yeah, I'm just watching this fisherman see how he's fishing. He's doing a bit of hand fishing as well as rod fishing.
And smoking.
And smoking a spliff at the same time, bless him. Yeah, so he
He's
said,
just about to pass it.
he said, just be aware. He says, they're very lax with the law, to be honest. But you know, you never know your luck. If you get a bit of bad luck, you never know. You might end up with a fine. He says they're quite hefty fines. So I says, all right, I'll have a look into that. Well, went online to have a look at what the bicycle laws are here in Spain, and I was quite shocked, to be honest. Yes, they're very lax and they don't really enforce it, but if they want to be a knob, you know, they might, and we don't want to fall foul of a big fine. So here we go, and these were reviewed in June 2019, July 2019. Okay, there's no law regarding wearing a helmet, so that doesn't apply. If you don't have a bell on your bike, it's a €200 fine. If your brakes don't work, that was the other one, brakes. €500 fine. €500? I mean, that's what, 450 quid? Isn't it?
Yeah, but
If you're drunk in charge of a push bike, it's a €500 fine and points on your driving licence, whether you've got one or not. They do record it and they do hold it against you if you're drunk in charge of a push bike.
I don't actually. I don't know how they actually really enforce that, to be fair.
Well, it's like we said, you know, if they want to be dicks and they're anti-English, for instance, which, like I say, you could have, they would enforce it. You know, they would fine you. There's also a law after dusk. If you don't have lights front and back, there's €200. You have to wear a high-vis belt or something high-vis at night. Now the thing is, he was saying that the thing is that we've got to be careful is it's not just riding around the streets, we're actually crossing a border. So with us crossing a border, they might be shit hot. So like I say, the only thing that was missing on the bike obviously was a bell. So for the sake of €1.60, I think it was, 180, I bought a bell. I feel like fucking noddy, ding-a-ling-a-ling, but hey ho.
Yeah, well,
We don't want a €200 fine, do we?
What does it say on your bell?
I love my bike. So like I say, you know,
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
you got to, you know, think about these things. I don't want a fine like that. You know, we wouldn't, well, we don't want to pay it. At the end of the day, it's a silly thing, but, you know, and they've also
It
said...
makes me wonder if there actually was one in the UK.
What, a law?
Yeah.
Well, another thing is riding on the paths. I thought that would be legal. It's actually not. Because of the way the roads are set out and the paths are set out in Spain, they decided that the best law to do there was to say that as long as you're not hindering pedestrians, then you can ride on the pavement. But if the pedestrians became congested, like there was quite a few pedestrians about, they would advise you to step off your bike and push it, which is just common sense.
What, it says that, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there
That's
you
Spain,
go.
don't forget, that's Spain.
Yeah.
Not Gibraltar.
Oh.
Gibraltar's different laws.
Damn.
There is a law that you're not allowed to ride scooters, I know that, no scooters on paths.
Paths. Yeah.
So like I say, it's just those things that we want to be careful with, and we don't want to
boots on the path.
we don't want to fall foul of the local laws, you know.
I'll have 4 wheels if I had my roller boots. No, I'd have 8. I'd have 8 wheels.
So yeah, I rode back the other day from where I bought it from, and it took me half an hour to walk there and 10 minutes to ride back. So it takes me a third of the time on a bike, which is good because the journey to work, which would take about 50 minutes, will take 15 minutes, just over 15, 20 minutes with a border.
Are you allowed stunt pegs? Because I'd be happy to be on the back. You can ride.
Might be hard work.
Please.
So I'll go on the stump pegs.
No.
I'll get you a little kiddie cart and drag you behind me.
You'd break my wheels.
But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think there'd be. Just seen a fish. I don't think they would be extremely strict unless you was being stupid. It's there, look. There is a fish down there.
You could always get one of them little trailers on the back and I'll sit in that.
Yeah, whatever.
The shopping could go in it.
As I was saying.
Do you know?
As I was saying, I'm not going to drag you around in a bloody trolley.
Yeah.
Get a bike. On your bike. Lost my train of thread now.
Yes.
Yeah. We have seen people on bikes with no bell, no helmets or anything like that, even though there's no law regarding the helmets, no bell. So whether they're just risking it or whether they don't enforce it or whatever, I don't know. But like I say, I think if you're being a bit of a dickhead and riding at night with no visibility, no lights and stuff like that, then you deserve to, you know, be pulled up and warned at least. You know, it's for your own safety, isn't it?
Is that only adults then? It's not kids though, is it?
No, what was the law on that? There was a law on 16s.
Under 16s.
Weren't allowed to do something. I can't remember what that law was now.
No.
But something to do with under 16s weren't allowed to do blah blah blah. I can't remember now.
Not allowed to ride without your hands on the handlebars.
Yeah, you got to keep both hands on the handlebars. Again, it's stupid doing it, but people do it no-handed, and yeah, you're not in full control of your bike, really, are you? Anyway, guys,
no headset. You're not allowed to have
oh,
any
that was
music.
it. That was it, and I thoroughly agree with this one. I think they should enforce this one. No headset with music, no earphones, no earbuds, nothing. You've got nothing in your ears. If you're found to have something in your ears, especially playing music, you will get fined €200. I thoroughly agree with that. I really do. I think if anything, that and brakes and lights are the important ones. Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'd rather walk so I could listen to my music. So I get to listen to my music longer,
Yeah.
half an hour,
I'll say if
rather
you
than
don't
10 minutes.
mind.
Even though you're not allowed to while you're riding your bike.
Yeah, it's just not worth it because you never know who's up your arse, do you?
Well, no, you don't. I mean, you know, you think I've seen kids, older kids, not here, but back at home, back in England.
It's ridiculous,
They-
riding out in
they
front
do
of
do
cars.
that. And they don't. They're in their own little world, and they just ride out, and they don't realise that a car is just there.
The thing is, it's not just they're a danger to themselves, they're a danger to the drivers as well. It's not fair on the drivers. And again, I reiterate this, I can't understand and I can't believe how the Spanish drivers act over here. We were stood near a junction earlier on waiting to cross.
And there was no crossing.
There was no crossing, nothing, no traffic lights. It was just literally just a plain crossroads, yeah? And the driver come halfway round the crossroads and stopped, dead, in the road. And I flagged him on, he's like, no, you go. They will not move. You are in the right, the pedestrian is in the correct.
In the right, no matter what. And it seems to
yeah.
be that way. It doesn't matter, you know. It just doesn't matter if there's no crossing. Mind you make me go across those
They
roads.
They will not move. They'll just sit there and say, no, you move, you
But
go.
they do stop, yeah, they do stop for you. And it's right on
Now-
a junction like that, as if they're just about to turn and they just stop dead there.
We have been told that that's because they are liable. Doesn't matter what the circumstances, the driver is liable if they hit someone. So, like I say, I think that's what it is. I think they'd rather do that and not risk getting hitting someone. You know, it's all right. I'm just watching this guy fishing. It's quite interesting how he's doing it. He's got a float, similar to how we river fish. So I've never beach casted before, I've never beach fished, so it's quite interesting. Anyway, guys, we're coming up to 45 minutes nearly, so
And we're sorry to bore you.
we love you and leave you. You take it easy, and hope you have a wonderful weekend. Don't think we've got a great deal planned tomorrow.
That might be at work.
You never know. You never know. All right, guys, love you loads. You take it easy. Bye bye for now.
Bye.